Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors. And now for our broadcast.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Mulder Field here on the campus of Central Wisconsin Christian Crusaders school. I guess it is not the university, so it's got to be a school. Joining me here on the broadcast today as we're covering the Lomira Lions taking on our Lady Crusaders is Matt Hoffman. Matt, thank you for joining us here.
It's a pleasure to join you tonight, Jeff. You do a great job with this, and I'm just honored to be asked to be part of it.
Well, I need somebody who actually knows soccer because I can fumble my way through this to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. But for those CWC alum out there who actually do know the sport, they typically can let us know that we're kind of trying to pull the wool over their eyes. So I'll do that as well. But we're getting ready here for today's contest between the Lomira Lions and the CWC Lady Crusaders. We're going to step aside. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back with Matt Hoffman. And as soon as he's all set, the Dr. Cameron Hatcher will be back.
Sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Terry Holes and Ada Shun Jones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community in the greater Oakfield area. Or check
Field. Joining me, I'm going to call you Coach because that's just who I am. So I like to do that stuff. So, Coach, talk to me a little bit about what you're expecting here from today's contest before we get a chance to hear from Coach Steebs. You do a lot of officiating, especially at the girls, and you obviously do a lot with soccer with the boys as well. So tell me what you're expecting in this contest.
Yeah, that's true, Jeff. I've seen both of these teams in my role as an official. I did the Lomira Lions just last week on Thursday. They took on Valley Oshkosh Lourdes, and they also had 9 players for that game. I was impressed with the defense that Lomira was able to playing the whole game 9 on 11. They were packing the box and defending quite well. They were not able to put a lot of offensive push on, really playing just with a one-striker set and everybody else playing defense, but they hustled hard to get behind the ball, so I expect to see a lot of that out of them tonight as well. Now, as far as our Lady Crusaders, they've been a fairly high-powered offense so far this year. Leading the way, of course, is Lauren Rice, the leading scorer. I believe she's leading the team both in goals and assists. And she will be a threat. She will be a weapon that the Lions are going to have to try to contain. I am a little skeptical that they will be able to do so. So I do anticipate some scoring tonight from the Crusaders, and it would not surprise me to see Piper Science throw another shutout, another goose egg on the board for Piper. And I'm sure that's what Coach Steebs is looking for as well.
My portable unit is dead, so I'm not sure where you guys are at, but I have no signal wherever you guys are at. You're either too far away or something is not set up correctly. So, and it's really lagging wherever you're at. Let's take a look at the Lomira Lions. You can see their overall record again. They are 0-5-1 so far on the season. The one tie they had, it was a 0-0 tie against Wayland. They lost to Ripon 6-1. They lost to Elkhart Lake 3-1. They lost to WLA 8-0. And then just on Monday they played North Fond du Lac Oakfield and lost to them 7-0 at. I believe that was at North Fond du Lac. And again, in conference, they are sitting with that tie at Wayland. They actually have a better record than Campbellsport with that one tie. So they're sitting at 0-2-1 in the Flyway Conference. Let's take a look at the home team in the Lady Crusaders. And Coach, you had talked a little bit about this already, but let me see if I can make sure that I bring up the right stats here. In conference right now, they are currently 3-1. Not sure. Let's see if we can figure out who they had lost to in conference.
I believe they lost to the Eustisford Dodgeland
That's
United
right.
over at Eustisford.
2-1 in that contest. Otherwise, they had a nice victory, like we just talked about in that pregame with Coach Steebs with St. Mary Springs. They beat them 3-1. They beat Omro 3-1, and they also beat Campbellsport 6-0. They had a nice win against the Waupun program, a Columbus program. That are all bigger than them. Ozaki is just a powerhouse in girls soccer. They have been since I was there as a principal, and even before that they were. So that is a tough program, but to only lose 5-2 to an Ozaki program.
And that was an interesting game. The Crusaders got up 2-0 that evening and then gave up 3 goals in a row right before halftime. And then, if I'm not mistaken, 2 more almost right after halftime. So Ozaki put all their goals up in just a short window, and were able to take that win home for them.
We're going to step aside. We're going to hear from Coach Steebs. We got about a 5-minute interview, and then we're going to come back here, and we will talk a little bit about, I'm assuming that they'll start with talking about the senior here on senior night, and then we also want to give some special recognition, and we're going to do that a couple of times today here at Mulder Field. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with the coach, Matt Hoffman. We'll be back.
Great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email crusaderboosters@wc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
The Rock Golf Club combines a great golf experience with the unmatched beauty of landscape. Originally built in 1927, many of the holes on the front 9 play as they were initially designed. Our seamless integration of friendly service and gorgeous natural surroundings is what will bring you back over and over. Bridges at the Rock is the perfect, or call 920-324-2621.
Spring is here, and it's time for a tune-up at...
Welcome back here to Jeff's live stream. Joining me now is the head coach for the Lady to get ready to do.
Losing a couple seniors, playoff start in probably 4 weeks here, but just looking for good things to come about.
6-2 overall competition. You've played some pretty decent school
games within the game of soccer, battles on the field, 50-50 balls, all those things that if we refuse to lose those and win those little battles, it works out better for those bigger battles. It's really great being in conference this year just because the girls have something other than obviously everybody wants to do well in playoffs, but realistically 4 teams make it out of however many in each division. So having a conference just enables those that goal of winning a conference, doing well in that, and fortunately this year they've played well, won some key games here in conference that they have the ability to do very, very well this year.
So talk to me a little bit about the conference in general. If I remember correctly, you're sitting in second place in the conference. Just had a good win over St. Mary Springs, which was a huge win.
Yeah, that was good. Obviously, win was a factor for both teams. I told the girls too. I mean, obviously it helps to get out on top first, but also to withhold them to one goal with the win in the second half. I mean, that's huge too. So there's lots of good things with that game. Now it's these next couple games in conference. I think we have all the games left in conference, and then Sheboygan Christian Lutheran, good match to close out the season, regular season. So yeah, it's just continuing that mentality to refuse to lose and to win on the field, win off the field, and ultimately to give God glory in everything we do.
Talk to me a little bit about tonight's opponent here. I just shared with you that they're down. They've got some concussions and injuries, so they don't have large numbers here. But you and I talked about this earlier. For me to broadcast, it really isn't about the great games. Yes, we'd love to have a fantastic game here, but it's more about creating those memories. So not only tell me about Lomira, but tell me also about senior night here and recognizing your senior.
Yeah, anytime you get in conference, I mean, no matter if someone has 10 people, 11 people, record, whatever, every game of soccer is something like that. You can outshoot an opponent 20-1, and they could get that one goal and then sit back, and it's unique about the game of soccer. You can outplay them, whatever like that. So always having that mentality that anything can happen in the game, even if you're up a few goals and stuff. So yeah, so always being ready to go. And yeah, senior night, we have one senior this year, Kaylee. Should be a special night for her. Really appreciate the 4 years of commitment and hard work and everything that she put in. Any senior, for that matter, in high school athletics takes a lot of commitment, takes a lot of effort when they could be doing and choosing other things for that matter. But they put in that time, and not just for themselves, but for the other team as well. So,
Coach, I want to thank you for joining me here on the pregame show. Anything else you'd like to add here before we sign off?
No, I just appreciate you coming out here and doing this game, and just it's a great opportunity to get some recognition for these high school athletes, and just add a little bit more maybe intensity factor, and just the coolness effect, I guess, of having somebody call the game and everything, and hopefully they can look back on this, watch it maybe as they get older, 5 years down the road, and just it's a cool opportunity that you guys are able to put on here.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to join me here on the pregame show. I want to thank also Coach Hoffman here for joining us and helping us going to do the broadcast. And I want you guys to both know what a blessing you are to these girls and to the entire school that we've had here at CWC. It's only been an opportunity for me to be here, but I can tell you how much it means for me to be in the lives of you guys and following your direction. So thank you very much for joining us here. It's been Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's live stream. We'll be back after these messages here on the pregame show.
And service. Get your vehicle ready for those sunny drives with a thorough checkup. From oil changes and tire rotations to brake inspections and fluid top-offs, they've got you covered. Don't forget to check your wipers and battery, too. Swing by PT Tire and Service in Brandon for a spring refresh, ensuring your ride is safe and smooth all season long. Or call 920-346-TIRE to schedule an appointment. Your car will thank you.
Welcome back here to Jeff's live stream as we get ready here for a conference contest, flyweight girls soccer between Central Wisconsin Christian Lady Crusaders and the Lomira Lions. So what you can see up here right now is you can see a tribute to, I'm going to say, a great man. I only had an opportunity to interact with him 2 or 3 times, but those interactions that I had were absolutely phenomenal. And anytime we needed something, so we needed to come here and get something going here for our broadcast. And we were able to reach out to Ray, and he was able to help us get stuff set up so that we could pull out these broadcasts. And I know, Matt, he is your brother, still is your brother, because we know that he is still alive in heaven. and we're happy that he has the opportunity to look down upon us. But just talk a little bit about that for us.
Absolutely. Thank you for giving me that opportunity, Jeff. Yeah, so we're on a lift here, a SkyTrack lift donated by Sam's Well Drilling. They let us use it for the evening. And Ray was a 34-year employee, and by the end of his career, a part owner of the business over there at Sam's Well Drilling. And as you said, Ray was so generous with his time, with his equipment, with his abilities, and he was more than willing to help us get the lift over here, to help us operate it. And yeah, we are honoring him tonight. He did sadly pass away just a few weeks ago, and we're very sad. We're missing him a lot.
Yeah.
But his memory obviously lives on. You can see if you're looking at the screen the Hebrews 12 passage there, which applies to Ray in many ways. He was known for his endurance as a cross-country and track athlete here at Central Wisconsin Christian. In fact, he was the first athlete in our school history to break 10 minutes for the 3,200 or 2-mile race. Obviously, that's sub 5-minute miles, 2 in a row. Ray still holds the cross-country record at our school. Cross-country's been kind of an on-again, off-again sport at CWC, but he set that record back in 1986, and it stands to this day. He was also known for his endurance. In his working life, there was no job that was too tough for Ray on the well drilling crew. And then as he got into motorcycle racing, he was well known for being able to overcome things, and came home even with a couple of national championships at that level. So just an amazing all-around person Ray was.
We're going to step aside and we'll talk about race throughout the broadcast here as we have the national anthem. We'll be back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with Matt Hoffman and the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's Livestream.
Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of SAM's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to SAM's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, SAM's has it covered. Trust SAM's for all your water needs. SAM's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Welcome back here to Jeff's Livestream. I'm going to have you zoom in a little bit here. Let's see if I can get Reagan there with our portable. Got to make sure the antennas are showing towards us, Reagan, so that we can see it. So they're going through the starting lineup here right now. Thanks, Makai. Appreciate that. So.
And the Lomira coach definitely, expressed that due to injury, they've lost quite a few from their starting numbers. So they're actually playing down a girl.
Yeah. So. Okay, we made it. Thank you very much.
We just had a little adjustment of our location here on the SkyTrack. So we're way out there now. Perfect view of the field, wouldn't you say, Cameron?
Absolutely, man. Right out here just over midfield.
Now we got a nice view of the goalie, too. We're a little blocked by the light pole.
Yeah.
And now we're not blocked by that light pole anymore.
Hopefully this bracket continues to hold a little better than the one across the way.
Shout out to Sam's employee, Brex Willeen, for helping us out with the SkyTrack.
Is that who that was?
That's who that was.
Awesome. Thank you again.
I barely recognize him without the beard.
Yeah, he's changed his appearance.
Lost a lot of weight, looking in great shape.
He did. Yeah, he has really been working at it, he told me.
So I guess we're not going to do a Kaylee recognition yet here at the
Halftime.
Okay, I thought that you told us that was going to be pregame because they had something else going on at halftime with the other programs.
Parents' night as well.
Okay.
So maybe they're going to do it all. We'll find out.
Okay. Parents' night for
track,
soccer or for track? I thought it was. Okay. All right. Well, we'll find out here. Let's. I'm going to try and do my best, Matt. So I'm going to try and help you do the best that I can as far as guiding into making these calls here. But I'll tell you what, I know you can do it because you already do all kinds of coaching and talking. You know the game.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll try and kind of start it out, and your job will be to correct me, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. I see one issue we're going to have I can see already is the sun staring right at us.
And hopefully that'll start to disappear a little bit as we get going here.
Looks like Crusaders have the tap.
We'll try to keep it a little below the horizon and keep some of that glare out of the camera, hopefully.
Can you adjust just a little bit on the scoreboard when you have a chance as well? Thank you very much. Perfect. Okay, so they've got it on their half of the field.
We're in the attacking third already. You can see Lauren Rice putting some pressure on there. Here's our only senior, Kaylee Perry, with a nice steal. Works it over to the right side. Drop it over there to Natalie. Natalie's got it up front to Addie Smits. Smits going one-on-one and out of bounds, throw in Crusaders.
So it's a throw in, and there's a special technique that goes to throwing the ball in, correct?
There really is. And number 11 trotted over to take that. That's Charlotte Butine, and she has an incredible ability to throw the ball. This ball will probably get close to the middle of the goal. Just a great throw there, kind of a jumbled mess. So it's going back out to Charlotte, going to cross it in. Ellie Perry had a chance there, but it was knocked away. As I mentioned in the pregame, the Lions are going to play a lot of defense.
And when we were talking to one of the coaches or parents, they just talked about that their job today being down, they're down 2 players, not including the goalie, right? Because you can have 10 players out there and then 11 is your goalie.
That's correct.
So they'll have 8 players and their 9th will be the goalie out there. I don't know if you can see who's making that throw in across the way.
I believe that is
number 9. Does that sound right?
I thought it was number 5, maybe.
Okay. We'll see if we can pick it up here.
So yeah, that should have been Natalie Laram on that side. And here we have a chance in the middle for Ellie Perry. Oh, okay. Good save by the Lomira keeper. Ellie put that ball low like you want to, but unfortunately did not go to the far post, so the keeper was able to handle it.
And she normally is not a goalie, so the fact that she was able to make her first save is pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
And she's only a freshman, so I know that we know that the Lady Crusaders should be pretty strong in this contest here, but you would hope also, Coach, that they would take the time to work on some of the skills to continue to when you're playing against a different opponent versus a practice opponents.
I think you're absolutely right. One of the dangers of playing a weaker opponent I found at the coaching at the JV level is you fall into some bad habits that won't do you any good when you're playing the good quality opponents. My guess is Coach Steves has been very stressed very highly. You got to work on passing the ball and doing things the right way. So as you can see here, the Crusaders have had it in their half most of the time so far. They're working it around the back here. Kate Wester with the ball off of Abigail Tenaple. Tries to get it up front, but Lomira is right there to clean that up.
Yeah, you may want to zoom out just a hair, Cam, so we can pick up a little bit of the ball action. I know it just squirts all over the place. I had that same issue. We've got Reagan down there on our portable. I want to thank Reagan for taking her day off from working at the hospital today. So she was doing a lot of stuff working with us on Jeff's live stream all during the fall and during the winter. I absolutely loved having her with us. So Reagan, thank you again for taking the time to be with us. Really appreciate it.
Shot there from Reagan down on the field.
The portable unit gives us some great opportunities to move up and down the sidelines. So they're working it out just outside of the box. How far is that from the goal?
The box extends 18 yards from the goal, so we refer to that quite often as just the 18.
Okay.
And then we tell people where to mark or where to make a run based on where that box is. So Lomira, again, you can see their main focus here just to clear the ball and get it upfield as far as possible. You will also see them not be afraid just to kick the ball out of bounds. But here's a throw-in for the Lions.
I want to get a little bit more technical because this is where I like to thrive. I mean, you're a math person, I'm a math person as well. So what type of setup are they using? Are they using 2 forwards and 2 midfielders? And again, what are the specific positions and how many defenders would you expect the Crusaders to be using?
I think we just got a goal right there. And if I'm not mistaken, that goal is from Addie Smits, number 23.
Second leading scorer on the team from what I saw in the statistics. That should be her 4th goal of the season.
Okay, usually you can tell right afterwards by who's getting all the congratulations, but apparently the Crusaders have scored enough that they're taking it in stride here and trotting back to their positions. But that's a 1-0 lead for the Crusaders in only the 5th minute.
Early and often.
There you go. I believe coach is using a 3 forward or 3 striker setup here. It looks to me to be a 4 defender, 3 midfielder, and 3 striker setup.
So why did they switch from forwards to strikers?
That's a really good question. I think the focus was just on them striking the ball. I don't think there's really any difference in positioning. Sometimes the terminology just changes. Immediately the Crusaders with another chance going down the right side there, and they kick it out of bounds for a goal kick.
Reagan, don't be afraid to come down over on this side even, down here and shoot them. And if you want to go on the field and play a couple of rounds, go ahead.
You can also see in Coach Steeps' lineup here that he has his wing defenders. Number 2 is Elise Tibby, and number 5 is Natalie Laram. He encourages them to play very aggressively and up, as long as they have the ability to track back when necessary.
Elise's birthday today, I heard.
Oh,
so,
that's
yeah.
correct. 16 years old. Happy birthday, Elise. And I was informed she did get her license today, so congratulations on that, Elise.
Are Mom and Dad happy about that?
That I don't know.
Sometimes they are.
Yes,
I know I was because I didn't want to have to drive my kids around anymore.
That's another nice defensive stand there by the Lions. She's getting the ball out of the offensive third of the Crusaders. They're going to work it around the back here with Kate Westra.
Lomira has a turf field, if I remember correctly. Is that correct, Coach?
You are correct. They do play their home matches on turf. So it's a little bit of a home field advantage, just the fact that we're playing on grass for the Crusaders.
And it looks like Coach Steves likes to have the grass a little bit longer? Or is it not? I mean, to me, it just looks like the ball is rolling slow.
I would agree with that. I don't know if it's necessarily his desire right now, because he really does have some speed on that front line. And typically with speed, you are looking for a shorter field.
I've got some insider knowledge on that one,
okay.
so I'll stay out of it.
Oh, okay. So we're having a corner kick here by Charlotte Butine, I believe, is taking the corner. She'll try to loft that ball into the box here. Oh, it's a really nice one, and unable to get a head on it. I believe that was, who was that? Number 12, Lauren Rice?
Number 10 was just moving it in. I'm not sure. I don't have my program with me, so.
10 is Ellie Perry.
Okay.
And it's kicked out by the Lions, but right to Tibby, who is playing up, as I said she would be.
Up to Addie Smits, back to Tibby.
Dropping it to Tibby, who sends it back into the box. And nice turn by Jenna Scouten, but she was turned away there by the Lions. Going over to the side of the field where Laram plays it in, just out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick.
What's a goal kick? Explain that to me.
Yes, and the goal kick is when the offensive team kicks it off the end line, and then the defensive team can put it anywhere inside the small box, which is 6 yards from the goal, and they get a one. It's what we call an indirect kick. The person who kicks it may touch it once, and then somebody else has to touch it.
And the difference between the reason why it's kicked on the ground versus you see her normally when she's making a save, she's been able to grab a hold of it and run all the way up to the 18.
Right, it's usually advantageous. And another shot, usually advantageous for a goalie to pick the ball up with her hands when she can. And then she does have the ability to punt it, like you said, or make a throw, which can be more accurate. So usually they do the goal kick when they're not able to get to it and make a save with their hands.
Reagan, don't be afraid to get around behind the goal and on the other side, shooting basically back towards us. So the girls will light up and you won't be shooting into the sun that way.
I think what she was trying to do there is just keep it away from the Crusaders. She literally just kicked it out of bounds to kind of take the pressure off a little bit. And we have another throw in by Charlotte Butine. Looks like Addie Smits with the ball in the middle, back outside. And here's Kaylee Perry, our senior, sends it in, but it's denied by the Lions defense.
Nice job here so far from what I'm seeing by the offense of the Lady Crusaders, putting all kinds of pressure on the Lions. But right now the defense for the Lions has done a good job of not allowing too many shots to come in on net.
They really have. They're just kind of packing it in, as we like to say, putting a lot of defenders behind the ball. I am trying to remember to check for subs, too. I don't anticipate a lot of subs from the Lions sideline.
No, it doesn't count if they just shuffle from forward to defense, right?
Not really. Here's Kaylee again taking the ball into the box. She's probably going to play it back outside. There it is. A little more room out there.
Great to see. It would be nice to see Kaylee score here on senior night.
It really would.
Coming off of an ACL. Right.
Still dealing with. I don't know if I'd say coming off of.
Well, her main. I mean, I know she came back and she was playing some basketball, but we also know as athletes that she was struggling. Whenever you have an injury, you're not at 100% until months and months after. So she came back for that initial ACL. I know she was playing and she had it supported, but damaging the other one, I think, is a side effect of the first injury, right? And now she's did not have the full injury to that one, so we didn't have to worry as much about having the surgical repair as of yet, is my understanding. But it still does have an impact on the way she plays.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if she was doing some overcompensating, and that's what led to the injury of the other leg.
Right.
But yeah, it's really impressive for her just to have the courage to get out here and play.
Right. I agree.
On a knee that is not 100% healthy.
It's almost like what are you going to do? Tear your ACL?
Yeah.
Right. That's a good way to put it, I guess. Another throw in by Charlotte Butine.
Wow.
Just a monster throw to Addie Smits.
Somebody's been in the weight room.
The Lions kicked it out. They did. So we'll have another corner kick here by Charlotte. See if the Crusaders can get a little better chance.
Go see if you can get behind whoever it is kicking the corner.
We are seeing Kate Westra run all the way up from her sweeper position. She's going to take up a spot right in front of the goalie, trying to obscure her view and just kind of cause a little traffic jam there. And it's a head ball off of Jenna.
Ooh.
Jenna scouting with the head ball, but it was denied by one of the Lions defenders. We call it a non-goalie save.
Good hustle there by Smits to try and get there in Addie, just a freshman.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see Addie break into the starting lineup here as a freshman. If I'm not mistaken, she is the only one.
Okay. When I was doing just a little bit of research, like I said, to see the stats, to see that I'm pretty sure I saw that she was second on the team with goals, which was really impressive to me as well.
Yeah, she is kind of an aggressive player. She's got good speed, and she's got a nose for the ball. Here's a really nice chance. Played in by Kaylee Perry, our senior. Unfortunately, Lauren Rice unable to get there before the goalie, who punts it away.
11:45 and counting up. So we will go up to 40?
40 minutes for a half. They did experiment with 45-minute halves at the high school level, and then they went back to the 40. That's more standard at this level of play. And now you can see the Crusaders working it around the back again, just trying to open things up, trying to get that defense to make a mistake. And instead, they blasted out of bounds beyond half field. It's one of the few times the ball has been in the Crusaders' defensive half.
And the purpose of doing that is just to eat some time?
Again, yes, just to give themselves a little bit of a breather. Ooh, really nice throw. Addie Smits let it bounce over her head, got a good foot on it. And then they denied by the Lions defense. Here's Ellie Perry fighting hard with number 7 from the Lions. Let's get number 7's name here. She is Amara Kyler.
Cameron, you get to see a lot of these ladies, obviously, in the weight room and that type of stuff. So just talk about what your experience was with how dedicated they have become to being athletes.
Who are their top 2 scorers?
Lauren Rice.
Yep.
And Addie Smits.
Yeah.
You know who's in the weight room.
Wow, there it is right there, boys and girls, especially young people listening. You want to get better, get in the weight room.
It's not about bulking up, though, is it?
Not about. Look at both of these girls. They're neither one of them are bulky. They're athletic. They're strong. They're fast. It's all about lifting and lifting the right way.
It's great to have somebody with your experience there, Cameron, to give guidance for that too.
They're getting in and learning, and Coach Steves has really stepped on board and pushing that. I don't want to call it the agenda, but understanding the importance of that.
Love to see it. Another beautiful corner kick by Charlotte Butine. Crusaders had a couple chances at a head ball there. You're going to see Kaylee Perry play it back to Tibby, the birthday girl. Back to Kaylee after she got a little space. And now we see Lauren Rice trying to go one-on-one with number 11, but she just denies it. That's Zoe Moser of the Lions who just denied Lauren Rice there. And you can see Charlotte running to both sides of the field, taking throw-ins, taking corner kicks. She's such a weapon with the throw that she has. So coaches are going to take advantage of that as often as he can.
That's one of my questions. Is that common that you will have a single person who will do the throw-ins, a single person who will do the corner kicks?
Quite often you'll have one or maybe two people who are the designated throwers, especially in what we call the offensive third. Here's Lauren Rice with a chance, and the Lions turn it away. But the Crusaders keep it in the offensive third there. Again, you can see the wing defender there. That's Natalie Laram, number 5, coming way up out of position to win that ball. And if you can win the ball there, you just get to keep playing offense.
Yeah.
So here's another chance. And it looks like we just put it across the front of the goal mouth, and we're going to have a goal kick for the Lions.
Good opportunity there once again for the Lady Crusaders. Thanks for joining us here on Jeff's live stream. I want to thank Coach Hoffman and the Dr. Cameron Hatcher, and I want to thank Reagan for being down here as well, running the portable unit. We got a fantastic contest so far. I mean, it doesn't look like it. It's 1-0 on the scoreboard, but I'm giving props out to the Lions right now.
You really should be, yeah. The Crusaders have definitely controlled the flow of the game here, but as you said, the Lions are playing good defense, and they're keeping them out of the net so far, except for that one tally by Addie Smits. Another corner kick opportunity, this time from their left side, and Charlotte's going to take that one as well.
What determines whether it's a corner kick or a throw-in when it comes here?
Yeah, so if we go off the end line, then it's a corner kick.
Okay.
So that's what the flag is there for, so you can tell if it goes off the end line or the sideline. And here comes the kick from Charlotte, played into the middle of the goal. And it looked like we almost had an own goal by the Lions. Yes, it is another corner, so it did come off a Lions player there, and Charlotte will get a redo.
That one looked like that was a great corner kick. Hanging in the air, giving an opportunity to get a head on it right in front of the net.
I would say that was about perfect. And once again, you can see the Crusaders taking up position in front of the goalie, trying to create some traffic there. And here's a shot.
I'm surprised that Elise did not step up and try and drill that.
I think I was a little surprised myself. So now we're going to get a goal kick, and again, the Lions are able to take the pressure off, and now they can relax a little bit. They got 10 seconds to walk and get their breath back, and they'll try to blast it up and out of this box.
So how many of those would constitute a shot on goal?
Yeah, that's a great question. So technically, the way we record shots here in the Crusader program, the goalie or another player has to make a save in order for it to count as a shot on goal.
And typically, I'm assuming it's very similar to hockey, and at least that's been explained to me. You think about it, if there's no goalie in there or no player, will the ball go in the net? If it'll go in the net and the person stops it, then that's a save.
That's exactly how we have always recorded it. We've never talked about shots at goal.
Right.
They've had to be on goal.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure what the delay is right here. Oh, the Crusaders are subbing, it looks like.
Okay.
But isn't that Eddie Smits running back on or not?
It is.
So I guess I'm not sure what the delay was. The clock has not stopped. We're still counting up, and we have the whistle to resume play. And she just kicks it out of bounds there. Again, all they're trying to do is get the ball away from the goal mouth, and a throw-in is less dangerous than a kick that might have gone right to, let's say, Lauren Rice in the middle of the field.
Okay. I just was trying to figure out why you would do that.
Right. With a weapon like Charlotte, though, she didn't gain much, and we had a chance by Lauren, but it went off of her left foot and out of bounds for another goal kick.
Reagan is right down there. She's got a perfect shot down there with the portable unit. Oh, good zoom in right there.
Excellent job, Reagan. Okay, so here we see Tibby tracking back and collecting the ball, playing it forward to Addie Smits on the left side. Addie's able to get it forward to Kaylee. Kaylee drops it back to Elise again. Elise to Addie. Addie back to Tibby. And Tibby sends it into the box, but really there was nobody home there. Lauren's trying to create something. She gets the ball away. We got a shot coming from Lauren. No, denied. And the defense steps up one more time. And then we get the ball kicked wide. So we're just going to have a goal kick after all that. That was probably Natalie Laram. No, I think that might have been. It's really hard to see with the sun in my eyes. I apologize for whoever daughter that is.
Number
I apologize.
9 over on that far
Number
side?
9, that's Bella Skalma who has taken the place over there. So I apologize to Josh and Michelle that I didn't have Bella's name off on my tip of my tongue there.
Welcome to broadcasting.
Bella's another freshman getting some minutes at the varsity level.
Yeah.
Here we have a substitution. Addie Smits is coming off. And who is this one coming on?
Waiting for her to swing just a little bit. 20.
Okay,
20.
so that will be another freshman, Linnea Lencher.
Okay.
Played in by Bella there. And here we see Charlotte Butine with a chance. And the shot just goes wide. So technically not a shot, as we just explained, because it went wide of the net.
Look at the deer running across the field.
Wow, it's a beautiful place to play soccer, isn't
it? Jeez. You see it there, Doc?
Oh, yeah.
Nice size. Were a couple of ducks back in there before.
Here we got a nice opportunity. And the shot goes wide to the near side of the goal. We'll get another goal kick. We have a substitute coming on. Is that a number 4 that I see?
I believe so. Yep, but that's what it looks like to me.
All right, number 4 is Alana Vree, another freshman in the program, getting some early minutes here in the first half.
Had to get a shot of the deer in the background.
Yeah. How valuable? Well, you don't have it in there because you don't have the camera switched to it.
Oh, I don't have it on there. There we go. That'll help.
How valuable is this opportunity for these freshmen again to get in here and get playing time during a game?
Oh, that's a good point, Jeff. In some of the more competitive matches, Coach Steves hasn't been very free with his substitutes. So a chance for these young ladies to get out here and play, especially with some of the starters. They're able to get a lot of good experience of knowing where you need to be, and they're probably getting some direction right on the field by some of those more experienced players, your sophomores and juniors, and our one senior, Kaylee Perry. 15 is Madeline Ullman, yet another freshman. And here's a shot by Lauren Rice, a beautiful shot to the far side netting. And Lauren Rice gets on the board. It is 2-0 Crusaders in the 22nd minute. The fans are celebrating with their Ole, Ole chant.
Nice work there by the Lady Crusaders. Good solid foot is what I'm going to say on it. I don't know how you would technically, what's the technical term for it, but I mean it was solid. It did not have a lot of arc to it. It was a good solid line drive kick.
That is a great way to describe it, actually. She put a lot of power behind that ball, and that goalie, you know, whether it's a new goalie as she is or an experienced goalie, really had no chance there. The Lions play it back, and this will be the ball that's been played furthest into the Crusader territory so far today. Easily collected by Kate Westra, distributed up to Charlotte Butine, and now over to Elise Tibby, who controls it over into the offensive third. Passes it up to Linnea Lencher, trying to go to the outside, and it is kicked out of bounds by one of the Lions' captains, number 11, Zoe Moser.
How difficult is it for the goalie? Now, again, my son played goalie in hockey. Piper Signs is our goalie here for the Lady Crusaders. She's all the way up almost to midfield.
She is at the circle there almost.
Piper is working hard tonight.
But how difficult is it for her to maintain her focus and her composure? Because it doesn't take much for something to sneak past.
You're absolutely right, and I've tried to focus or try to emphasize that at the JV level again with the boys program in a game that we have been controlling a lot, that if you do lose focus just for a couple seconds, they can pop one in. And goals are hard to come by in the game of soccer, so to give a team a free one is something you definitely do not want to do. So here's another throw-in for the Lions. You can just see, again, they're putting a lot of people behind the ball and trying to defend as much as they can. The ball played into Lauren Rice, takes a touch, but cleared by the defenders, and then sent in again by Bella Scalma. Here's Abby Tenaple collecting it, sending it out to Laram on the sideline.
I haven't seen anybody, and obviously it's because of the strategy that the Lions are using right now. If there's somebody there that has speed, if they can get in the open, is there a chance that they would be able to drive it down the field past all of the Lady Crusaders?
It's really a good comment. I know that is a strategy being employed by conference rival Hustisford Dodgeland this year. In fact, that's how Dodgeland was able to score, or Hustisford was able to score both their goals in the conference game that the Lady Crusaders lost. They played a lot of defense and popped it up to their very fast forward, who was able to get a couple shots on goal.
And we saw them as part of their basketball program, the girls from Dodgeland, about how athletic they were. And they did have great speed out there. And they're a school that's also known for their cross country and their track program at longer distances. So that isn't a surprise to me that would be the strategy that they would want to use. Good takeaway here by one of the Lions, number 7.
Kind of a collision there between number 7, again, is Amara Kyler, and our own birthday girl, Elise Tibby, who's now taking a break and jogging off the field for her first rest of the night, along with Charlotte Butine and Natalie Laram and Lauren Rice. Try to get some names of those coming in. Looks like Shelby Snow. And we have Emma Terbeest. That must be Kaylin Mulder.
It is, yes.
And who is the last one? I think I missed somebody.
Is that Linnea on the backside?
Yeah, she's here. I didn't. Is that Lydia? No. Oh, that's Emma Terbeest. Did you call her?
Emma
out?
Terbeest, yeah. Oh, Bryn Billy, it looks like, huh?
Yep. Okay, yeah.
Bryn Billy, number 6.
Yep.
What is the strategy, as far as the coaching strategy, that you would apply to your coach, as far as when do you want to give your players a break? What are you looking for before when you substitute some fresh bodies in?
So you are looking for those players who have had to make a lot of runs vertically, and when we say vertically, we mean towards the goal and away from the goal. So we would call that vertically or north-south on the field, even though technically it is north-south on this field. Yeah. So we always use that terminology, north and south or vertically. And some of our wing defenders have been making a lot of those runs, so coach is able to get them a breather now. A lot of freshmen in the game right now, and that's really good for them to play together and to get some experience together, because obviously this is going to be your team or the backbone of your team in just a couple of years.
Well, we didn't talk a lot about it yet, but there is only one senior in Kaylee, right? And if I remember correctly, there's only 2 juniors. Is that correct?
I believe that
Isabella and Lauren?
That is correct. And Isabella has not been playing this year. I believe she was helping out in the managerial duties. So Lauren is the junior that's been getting a lot of playing time.
So you have a very, very young Lady Crusaders team here that if they get this opportunity like this, and Coach was talking about earlier, they have a JV game tomorrow and an opportunity to play together. That's boding pretty well for the Lady Warriors or Lady Crusaders program.
Absolutely. I mean, for them to have the conference record and overall record that they do, with as young as they are, is quite a tribute to Coach Steves and his program. Looks like a foul was called here, but I'm kind of surprised that the foul went against the. Oh no, it was just out of bounds. Just out of bounds. That's why it's a throw-in for the Lions. I thought maybe Alana Vree was going to get called for the foul there. Alana is well known to be quite a hothead and going to cause a lot of trouble. I can say these things because Alana is my niece.
Okay.
So.
I was going to say,
got to explain that one for the
how do I turn the microphone off in a hurry?
Jeff was
Where's
panicking.
the squelcher?
I love it. I love it.
I was actually told by my sister to say something funny about my niece, so I'm glad I got a chance to work something in there.
And Alana's a very physical player as well.
She really is, and to be honest with you, not taking all kidding aside, her mom Abby Abby Hoffman. Abby Vrena was well known to be quite the aggressive soccer player, slide tackling all over the field, and got more than a couple yellow cards in her career.
That is the one thing I have not seen yet. I expected to see a little bit more physical play because you have the numbers. I thought the girls would be a little bit more physical than Lomira. Just because running takes a toll on you, but so does physical contact. Leaning on somebody takes a lot of energy as an athlete.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I feel like these girls could play that style if they needed to.
And they might have to at some point in the year, right? Depending on who they get matched up with. So do we have another? Yes, we have another corner kick. Now with Charlotte off the field, we have Kate Westra coming up from her sweeper position. The sweeper is the defender who plays closest to the goalie.
Okay.
So she's coming all the way up from that second to last defender spot, or really last defender spot. The goalie's not a defender. Taking this corner kick with Charlotte on the bench. And she kind of tops it, just sends a ball along the ground, and it's going to be cleared out for a throw-in.
Left foot. That's one she hit it with. Is Kate lefty? Does anybody know if she left-footed?
I believe
she is. I believe you're right. Yeah. We should keep an eye on that, though, right?
Yeah. I always am curious about that as well because you watch again. My main experience, and because I love watching it, I love the sport watching it. But seeing like the women's national team play or the college players, you can't tell whether they're left-footed or right-footed because they're kicking with both of their feet at the same time. But you can tell somebody who's got a dominant foot. But I'm assuming that that's not as big a strength.
I don't think I've seen that many soccer players kick with both feet at the same time.
You haven't? Why? What's wrong with them? I thought they were more athletic than that.
We saw Shelby Snow get a shot off there, but it just went wide of the net. Here's Alana Vree knocked down, and the ball cleared out. Great job by our ball boys again. Just love those boys being willing to come out, and girls sometimes being willing to come out and support the program by running the balls up and down the field. Linnea Lencher with a chance into the box here. Crosses it and played out of bounds for a corner kick. Let's see if Kate comes up again. Here she comes. Kate Westra from her sweeper position making the long run for the corner kick.
Wow.
And we'll see if this youth movement that Coach Steeves has on the field right now can get a goal. That would really be a confidence booster for them.
Absolutely.
To get a goal without some of the main goal scorers on the field right now. Let's see what happens.
That was with the right foot.
That was a much better kick, too. She got some air under it, but unfortunately one of the Lions captains, number 5, Emily Fenrick, was able to clear that out. Just look at all the Lion player behind the ball. So that one's played in quite far by Kate Westra, but the goalie was able to pick that up, and we have a punt coming. Ooh, I thought the official might get his head taken off with that punt.
That was a better punt this time. She was able to get across midfield. Again, just a freshman. I had her marked there. That is number 16, Rachel Fenrick.
Rachel Fenrick. Must be a sister to Emily, or I would imagine.
I would assume so.
But who knows? Could be a cousin. There's a ball played forward by Abby Tnaple, I believe.
We're at the 31st minute here in the first half, and it's only 2-0. And are those statistics typically correct? The shots on goal would be 8-0. I know it's 0 for Lomira. They haven't even put the ball. I mean, they put it across midfield, but nothing close.
I would say that they've been doing a good job of keeping track of the shots. 8 sounds fair to me. That ball was played in by Bella Skalma, I believe, and Alana was able to make a run on it, but not quite collect it.
Could you see who made that throw in over on that far side?
I was unable to see that.
Yeah, I wasn't able
Here's
to.
Kaylin
either.
Mulder making a run, but the goalie collects it.
How far can she go out before she can't grab it by hand?
Right, that's what the big box, or the 18, is there for. So she has what's called the penalty area. It's 18 yards north and south, and then 44 yards across that she's able to pick the ball up with her hands. Wouldn't it be a much different sport if the goalie could play with their hands anywhere on the field?
Yeah, it would. I think
Think about how fascinating that. Maybe try that in a just a PE game sometime, Dr. Hatcher.
I like the idea.
Just see what happens. So here we have a nice opportunity.
Making a run.
Bella Scalma trying to collect the ball there before it goes out of bounds, but it will be a throw-in for the Lady Crusaders.
Nice
Bella,
play there by number 5 for the Lions. Did you say that she was one of the captains? Was that number 5? I thought it was.
I think you're
no,
no,
number 9.
Number 9 that was. Willow Schneider of the Lions. And here the goalie is able to pick that up. Once again, our goalie's their goalie's name, Rachel Fenrick, making a start and goal. And is the starting goalie also dealing with concussion symptoms? Are you aware?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Yeah, or some type of injury. It was one of the.
Right.
They said that there was a combination of that. So what happens if the goalie steps across the big box line and kicks it?
Yeah, technically that is a handball, and the Crusaders would get a direct kick right from that spot. So the goalie would be called for a handball, and I have seen that happen as both an official and a JV coach.
Does it drive you crazy?
A little bit, yeah. In fact, just this past year, I had my my JV goalie, Sam Austin, one of our freshmen. He came way out of the box, at least 30, 35 yards, and jumped on the ball. And received a yellow card for it, had to be sent off the field. And I said, Sam, did you just lose track of where you were? And he said, oh, no, Coach, I did that on purpose. I was trying to stop their momentum.
Okay.
So I said, okay, you were thinking that through, but just so you're aware, you can get a red card for that violation.
Okay.
It doesn't just have to be a yellow.
Okay. And what would have been the difference?
Did it work?
So the official is able to hand out a red card in that situation if he considers you making a foul on purpose to take away a direct scoring opportunity. And I'm trying to remember the exact acronym that they use. I wish I would have looked it up.
No, that's okay. So, but a red card, what does that do for you?
Okay,
You're
so
out for
yes,
the rest of the game.
red card means you are out for the game and you may not be replaced.
Okay.
So your team has to play a man down. It's actually called a dog soul, to deny an obvious goal scoring opportunity.
Oh.
Dog soul.
Okay.
So back to the action. Shelby Snow sending one into the box, and Kaylin Mulder making a run, cleared out by number 9, Linnea Luncher, unfortunately unable to collect it. And it's another goal kick for the Lions.
I'll run it for a little bit.
Sure.
All right, who's our sub coming in? Anybody get a number there?
Coming across the field.
Shelby Snow is heading out, and that's probably Taylor Fix. Taylor Fix taking up the position on the left side of the defense, where birthday girl Elise Tibby had the start. So that ball is again played just directly out of bounds for a throw-in by Bella Scalma. It looks to me like Coach is going to be happy with the youth movement on the field, but just when I say that, our only senior, Kaylee Perry, reports to sub. Let's see if she gets an opportunity here. She should be called on now. Yes, her own throw-in, or if the other team is throwing and you are subbing, they have to also be subbing.
Okay.
I don't know if I explained that very well, but
yeah,
soccer players knew what I meant.
But that was was my question: is how do you know when you get to sub?
So the Lions may not sub on our throw-in unless we are. On a goal kick, either team may sub, and the corner kick rule is just like the throw-in rule. So Kaylee Perry back on the field here. It'd be great to see Kaylee get a goal, as Jeff said, on her senior night. Linnea Lunch with a chance. She's kind of being denied there. Oh, I almost wonder if that could have been called obstruction by the official, but he probably thought that the player was within 1 yard of the ball and therefore not guilty of obstruction. Linnea Luncher plays it back out to Fix. Tries to direct it into Kaylee. Kaylee collects it, turns it to Ullman. Ullman outside. Ullman outside to Bryn Billy. And it looks like the ball goes out of bounds again, this time for the Lions.
It's good to see Bryn out there. I know she's been dealing with that calf, and it was really tight today. We usually lift in class on Mondays and Fridays, game day or not. Lift. She could not. We worked on that calf almost all of class trying to get it loosened up some. So it's good to see her out there.
Were you using one of those rollers or a massage gun, or what'd you have? Okay, all right. Get all the tricks, right?
All of the above.
Okay, excellent. Ball played wide to Linnea Lencher, sent it into Kaylin Mulder, but turned away by the Lions defense. Ullman tracks it down. And there's Alana Vree. Look at her run like a gazelle, or at least like a llama. Okay, here we get the ball played back up to the front. I think that's Ullman with the chance there. And Vree plays it up to Linnea Lencher, who's playing a dangerous game with just barely being onside, but it's not been whistled for offside yet. You can see the Lions are kind of playing with a one striker formation, number 11. Or is that 10? It's hard to see with her hair in the way. Has been tracking the ball back and forth, left and right.
Oh, I didn't know they do that. Is that typical, a 2-minute warning?
I've heard both 2 minutes and 1 minute, and sometimes none. So
depends on the announcer.
Depends on the announcer. It's a good way to put it.
Good shot down there by Reagan. Ball was coming right at her.
Playing it back outside for a little more space to Bella Skolma, and denied by, that's Fenrick, right?
Yep.
Here's Kaylee. Kaylee making a move, gets it up front to Alana. Unable to get a foot on it before it's turned away by the Lions defense.
Let's see what that behind the net kind of looks like there.
It's
Not too bad.
Need to zoom out some, and then otherwise it's got to be straight on. When we move it, maybe we can zoom out some.
Okay.
You can see that Coach Steeps has left Abigail Tenaple at kind of the center defense, or sometimes back in the old days called the stopper position, and Kate Wester at that last defender sweeper position. They've remained on the field. Quite often a coach will do that to give some continuity, and then those players can act as like a quarterback directing the action.
Want to make sure everybody stays with us here at halftime. They should be recognizing Kaylee Perry as the senior here, so we'll get Reagan to get out at midfield with the camera and make sure that Coach Steeves has the microphone on so that we can hear what he's saying about Kaylee and talking about his senior and her development here as part of the program.
Here's a chance for the Crusaders. Got it into the box, sending it in. And that's probably going to be their last offensive opportunity. I bet the Lions coach is very pleased with how this half has gone. Only being down 2-0 to this high-powered Crusaders offense, despite playing 2 women down. Nice job by Abigail Tenaple there, using her body to get between the offensive player and the ball, sending it up there to Alana Vree, and that is how the half is going to end.
Okay.
Very, very impressive half from the Lions. I mean, I know they gave up 2 goals, but backup goalie, down 2 players, a lot to be proud of.
I would have to agree. I would say that they are meeting their objectives right now of staying within strike.
All right, as Reagan is heading out there. Yeah, we're going to step aside real quick, and we're going to wait until Coach Steeves is ready to jump on here. Great job there in the first half, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We'll be right back here on Jeff's live stream.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed.
We appreciate your dedication to the girls' soccer program and pray that the Lord continues to guide you in whatever future endeavors you have.
What a great shot there with the sun in the background here and the team mobbing. A good shot there by Reagan to really has a nice shot there. I think we'll step aside here and we will come back. You're listening to Jeff Sauer along with the coach Matt Hoffman and the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's live stream. We'll be back.
King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
Born from a single project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. The cold storage industry is experiencing high demand and low capacity. WDS is building goodwill from the ground up through customized solutions. WDS is committed to outservice the competition and overdeliver for customers. A client-driven experience without question. Today, we're driven to be better in order to build better.
PT Tire and Service is a family-owned business that invests in you and your family. From one family to another, safe travels and seamless automotive maintenance makes every trip a great trip. PT Tire and Service, serving central Wisconsin with excellence for over 20 years. Call 920-346-TIRE for all your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon. No job too big or too small. PT Tire and Service in Brandon does it all. Call today 920-346-TIRE.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email crusaderboosters@cwc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes. Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry. Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Sam's Well Drilling focuses on providing clean, safe water for everyone. Their expert well water testing checks for bacteria and nitrates, ensuring peace of mind. As part of Sam's commitment to providing safe water, an in-house water testing lab is integral to Sam's service offering. The Water Sampling Lab is a separate division SWD Labs and prides itself on friendly service and a quick turnaround. Whether for drinking, irrigation, or livestock, Sam's has it covered. Trust Sam's for all your water needs. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Terry Holes and Ada Shunjones Realty is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With over 20 years of full-time experience in the real estate industry, Terry has had the privilege of helping clients buy and sell homes and properties totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. His deep knowledge of the market, attention to detail, and commitment to clients has driven his success and made each transaction a positive experience. Terry was born and raised in Oakfield. He and his family have deep ties to the community. Terry knows this area when it comes to real estate. Contact Terry at 920-238-5558 for all your realty needs in the greater Oakfield area. Or check him out on Facebook at Terry Holes Realtor.
Andy Kolker at My Property Shop is ready to assist you with your real estate needs. She prides herself on quick and smooth transactions with excellent negotiation skills. She is the local agent who puts your needs ahead of her own. Andy has already sold over $1 million in property in the first quarter of 2025. Do you want quality, detailed, accurate information in the real estate market? If so, contact Andy today. My Property Shop, located at 6 East Franklin Street, Waupun, or call or text 920-296-8738.
Is your child ready for life? At Central Wisconsin Christian, we equip students not only with an exceptional education, but also with the spiritual foundation they need to navigate today's world with confidence and faith. Our graduates are prepared for life, academically, personally, and spiritually. Discover what makes Central Wisconsin Christian different. Call us at 920-324-4233 or visit us online at wearecwc.org. Central Wisconsin Christian, preparing students for life and eternity.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class building and canopies. Steel King canopies are a well-known and respected product. We design, fabricate, and contract installation for C-stores, fleets, entryways, restaurants, and more. Steel canopies serve a variety of purposes, including advertising or signage, control access, sheltering an entrance or loading area, support of lighting systems, and weather protection for people, equipment, or outdoor storage. King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
Welcome back. I forgot to do this, so I'm going to do this right now. You're listening to Jeff Sauer here on Jeff's Livestream. Once again, congratulations to Kaylee Perry, one of the seniors, the only senior here for the ladies Crusaders here on senior night. Great smile there. I like the picture in the background there with the dusk setting. That's one of my favorite times, sunrise and sunset. I think that to me, it really shows the beauty that God has created in this world with all of the wonderful colors. And you can see what the coaches have talked about. The leadership, heart, and hustle have been a huge part of this team. Thank you for your dedication to the Crusaders soccer. Let's talk about Coach here. Talk to me about what you saw in that first half here at Mulder Field.
Yeah, it played out kind of the way we were anticipating it. The Lions came out playing a lot of defense, putting a lot of players behind the ball, as we like to say. And the Crusaders were able to break through for a couple. Both of their leading scorers tallied a goal in that first half. Addie Smits got one, and then a little later, Lauren Rice. So that brings us to our 2-0 halftime. And just another comment on Kaylee. I've been honored to be her teacher for 4 years. I don't think you can find a nicer, more humble student in our school. I know our school is filled with nice and humble students, but Kaylee really is a shining light. And just a great tribute there from Coach Steves that you're looking at on the screen right now.
I'm going to quickly give another shout out here while we're waiting for this ball to go live. And even though it is live, you can still see it there. I want to, again, recognize Ray for what he's did. Again, I've only had a couple of interactions, but those multiple interactions that I had were essential for me to be able to do this live stream. And the interaction, to be involved with Sam's well drilling and his part in that, and without their involvement here, I couldn't be doing this live streaming. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm going to continue, Matt, I want you to be aware of this. I will constantly, whenever we are doing some type of soccer event, I will always make sure that I am shouting out Ray for the opportunity that he gave to me to be able to do this.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. And you can see, if you're looking at the screen right now, a picture of Ray and then him both riding on the track. He was a great motorcycle racer at the national level. And then he did a lot of ice riding. That's the picture on the left, on the far left. And that was really just for fun. They'd put a lot of screws into the tires, or they'd buy tires with screws in and just go to the lakes and clear some snow off sometime. And he was just all about having fun. Some people described him as the world's oldest 12-year-old. He had a quote that said, "I may be getting older, but I refuse to grow up." But yeah, we love to see Sam's Well Drilling as one of our sponsors here. Sam's is filled with employees who are alumni of the school. The owner, Jim Vandergalen, is an alumnus from 1985. Ray was an 87 alumnus. And as I said earlier, great cross-country and track athlete. And also just willing to help out. Ray came out here with the lift to help me put the flagpole string back on one time.
Yeah.
He helped out with the well that we have over here that was drilled by Sam's Well Drilling, where all the water for the sprinkler system comes from. So it's great to give some honor and some respect to Ray and to Sam's Well Drilling for the parts they played in this.
Oh, and again, I want to thank you for introducing me to them, so thank you again for that.
Absolutely, I was happy to do it.
All right, let's get in here and let's see if these Lady Crusaders can find a little bit more. They had some good action right there.
They really did. I thought they were going to get one, but the goalie was able to come out and just kind of just get a foot on it, I thought. And here the ball's played in, and she picks it up for a punt.
Good shot here down there by Reagan.
Just a beautiful time of day as the sun is setting here. For decades, we've had one of the most beautiful places for soccer to be played in the whole state of Wisconsin, here at Mulder Field.
I just love it.
Thank you to the Mulder family for their generous donation of the land that we're playing on here, and that hosts the practice field further to our west there. Looks like we are going to have a throw-in opportunity for Elise Tibby, the birthday girl.
Yeah, I was going to say that does not look like Charlotte.
And she throws it into Charlotte as a change of pace. Charlotte sends it into the box. A little bit too much, but that was a really good-looking effort from as far away from the net as she was.
I thought that was a fantastic shot opportunity right there. Thought she was going to arc that right in.
Absolutely. So here's a goal kick for the Lions, trying to get it out of the defensive third, which is the Crusaders' offensive third, of course. Abby Tenaple plays it forward to Tibby. Tibby up to Lauren Rice, turns the corner. See if Lauren can make this end line run. Here she comes. Crossing the ball into the middle, and it's turned away, but right back to Lauren and kicked out of bounds. A little bit of a high ball there. I think she probably wanted to get more over the ball, put her weight over the ball, and drive it closer to the ground.
It looks like they're playing a lot with a lot more energy here, Coach. I'm assuming that what Coach Steves would have probably said is that let's go to work now. Let's see if we can put a couple more goals in the back of the net and lock this thing up.
I would agree 100%. He gave his starter some rest there at the end of the half, so they should be fired up and ready to come out, hitting on all cylinders here to start the half. Here's the ball played into Charlotte. She's going to take a touch, heading towards the box. Here's Kaylee Perry with an opportunity, and turn back, and the shot by Kaylee, collected by the goalie just in front of the goal post.
Almost had a fantastic shot down there by Reagan. It was right at her.
Thanks again, Reagan, for your help tonight. Getting that on the field level shot really adds something to our broadcast.
It definitely does. That's one of the things that we've tried to do to try and separate ourselves a little bit here from Jeff's live stream. We may not be perfect, but we like to try and get multiple camera shots. We like to get multiple people involved within our broadcast. A lot of people of different opinions. Lomira with a little bit of pressure themselves.
Yeah, I'm looking for number 10 here on the roster, but I can't find her. She was able to possess the ball there for a little while at least. And then the Crusaders collected back again. Kaylee Perry played it to Charlotte. Charlotte way to the outside for Tibby. And I think we have an offside call. Yes, offsides is the call. So kind of a rule that I know frustrates people, or they don't understand it. Probably the easiest way I can describe the offside rule for the lay person, you're not allowed to cherry pick. You cannot just stand down by the net without a defender on you. So that may be a strategy that's employed sometimes in basketball. Someone leaks out and we call that cherry picking. But in soccer, you have to have two defenders, one of whom can be the goalie, between you and the goal when the ball is played to you.
Great shot down there, Reagan, to get a shot of Coach Steves. Perfect shot right here.
Charlotte sends it in, and it is turned back, and it's going to be a corner kick. And Charlotte is trotting over there to take that at this time. You can see Reagan making her way over to get a good shot of this corner kick. We'll see what Charlotte can put on this thing. It'd be nice to see the Crusaders score on what we call a set piece here. So Charlotte sends it. Unfortunately, immediately it goes out of bounds. I'm sure she would like that one back.
Tough corner to kick out of here. That one kind of drops off over there in that corner. You're standing below where you actually have to
you're
run
right,
up and kick
Hatcher.
to.
Yes, you are correct. All right, so the action continues and it's played over to the far side of the field where we're going to have a throw in. Tibby heading up there to take that throw. See if she throws it to Charlotte again. No, this time it's into Addie Smits. Sends it back to Tibby to blast it in. Crossing into the field where Kaylee collects it. Back to the other side of the field, comes out to Laram. And Laram, unfortunately, just sends it out of bounds about 5 yards wide of the net.
It just seems like they're putting a lot more effort to put the ball towards the net than they did in that first half.
Yeah, I would say they're taking shots earlier and more often. I would agree with you on that. So here's the goal kick. It's going to go straight to Laram, who's going to have time to collect it. She's looking at her options now. She's got Rice and Addie in the middle of the field. Plays it over to Rice. Rice drops it back for Laram. I bet she plays it back to Tnaple here. No, instead she goes across the field to Butine. Butine drops it over to Tibby. Tibby collects it.
Elise doing a good job of dribbling it forward.
Yes, taking her space is what we would say in a situation like that. Sometimes we just yell time, you have time, and take your space.
Okay. How important is it that, I mean, we're not hearing it as much because we have our headphones on, but the communication that's out there, Coach?
Oh, it is just vital. And that is one of the things that young players really need to learn. Very few young players do it well. It doesn't necessarily come natural, but good teams will communicate all the time. And it just can be simple things, man on, you got time, I'm center, I'm drop. Just really simple commands like that.
I feel like that could go for just about any sport. You know, look at freshmen versus seniors and how they communicate on the field, on the court.
Yeah, communication is huge. I mean, we talk about that all the time. That's one of the skills. One of the reasons why we do the interviews at the end of the game is because we want the kids to practice those communication skills under pressure.
Played into Kaylee. It really looks like Coach has got Kaylee playing right in the middle of the field looking for that senior night goal. Quite often Lauren Rice has that spot. Lauren's out on the right side right now with Addie Smits and Kaylee Perry playing in the middle.
I like the move.
So we got an early substitution here. And I'm trying to see who came on the field, but I'm not quite able to figure it out. I apologize.
Is that Terbeast?
Chance for Lauren Rice, plays it out of bounds.
Couldn't quite get
Looks
the
like
edge.
number 9 to me, I think, but that doesn't seem right, does it? Yeah, it is. Number 9 came in.
Okay, number 9, Bella Skalma once
Skalma
again.
again,
Bella
yes.
Skalma taking that position up near the front line.
Even though this SkyTrack did fantastic to put us out in front of the field here, well, let's blame it on the light, okay?
Yes, or the fact that our eyes are past 50. Maybe we could say that.
I didn't want to say that.
Hatcher's got a few years on us here.
My problem is trying to watch this little 2-inch screen.
Oh, sure. Okay, so Bella Skalma is the early sub for the Crusaders in about the 50th minute. It's a goal kick for the Lions. They're just kicking it straight out of bounds. Just trying to get it away from any chance of the Crusaders to capitalize on a counterattack. And they'll have to restart it with a throw-in by Skalma.
How frustrating is that to players when they're out there, when they know that that's going to be the strategy and there's nothing you can do about it?
Yeah, it really can get you frustrated, and that's really what they're trying to do sometimes is just get under your skin and frustrate you by just kicking it out of bounds over and over and over again. So here we had an opportunity. It was played into Perry, Kaylee Perry in the middle, and she was put the ball wide. It's going to be another goal kick opportunity. Let's see what strategy the goalie Fenrick employs on this one.
Geez, rarely do you see the goalie sitting at the circle.
Yes, we have Piper Signs of the Crusaders literally in the center circle as the goalie for the Crusaders. If I'm not mistaken, she has not touched the ball tonight.
I do not think she
There's
has.
another shot by Kaylee Perry, collected right at the goalpost. She really directed it well to the corner of the net, but the goalie was there to collect it. And we have a punt going to center field where Abby Tenaple collects it, sends it over to Tibby. Tibby plays it forward to Smits. Smits tried to play it outside to Skalma, but unable to make that connection. We got a throw in for Lomira. Oh, really a poor throw in. There was no line in the area. It went straight to Tibby, who played it forward to the Crusaders' offensive third. Kaylee Perry collects it, sends it out for Laram. Laram back to Perry. Perry's trying to decide what to do. She plays it to Butine. Butine is under pressure, but now has some space to move, makes a good turn. Sends a really wide ball to a wide open Tibby. She's got all the time in the world to collect. Tibby sends it into the box. Lauren Rice with a chance, but it is turned back by the defense. Here's Kaylee Perry again. Plays it forward to Lauren Rice. And now we got back to Addie Smits. Can we get something happening here, ladies? No, unfortunately, the ball just goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. I don't know if you've been keeping track. Is that approximately the 500th goal kick for the Lions?
Feel like a broken record.
Yeah, Reagan, I'm going to have you come on this side of the goal. You must be just a little bit out of range, or I'm not sure if the antenna are not turned towards us that I keep glitching with you.
I'll take the blame on that one. I told her to get on that side to make sure we weren't shooting two cameras into the sun.
Okay. So here's another goal kick played out of bounds, and we have Butine ready to take her big throw from the near sideline. Her kick or her throw goes into the goal box, played back out to her by Rice. Sent beautifully into the box, and unfortunately unable to put it home are the Crusaders.
Boy, did Elise come flying in there from her defensive position.
Really had a great opportunity for a birthday goal there, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. That was very impressive, the speed that she showed and the soccer sense to see that ball was floating right there.
So once again, we have to give credit to the Lions defense here. We're 14 minutes into the second half, and they have not given up another goal. It is 2-0 Crusaders over the Lions. Charlotte Butine with a corner kick from the left side. She sends this one into the box. A little bit of confusion there. I thought they had a chance, but it's played back out. Butine's going to send it back in.
Oh!
Wow, right in front of the goal mouth again. This time it was Kaylee Perry with almost an opportunity, but just missed out.
To lay out for the header there.
Yeah.
That would have been nice to see. Lauren Rice collects this goal kick. And Kaylee Perry puts a shot on, but it is wide of the net. It's going to be another goal kick. You can see the next generation of Crusader Stars over here on the field to the east of the main field, getting some practice in during the game. Keep it up, kids. We love to see it.
Reagan, can you hear me? Coming closer on this side of the goal box.
Yeah, that's my fault, Reagan.
No, it's just for some reason, I don't know, with as much movement as you've got going, that because we were able to do some of this with football, but I think that that's just a little bit too far, so it was glitching, and I love your camera shot, so I don't want to lose that.
So as you can see, the Lions still just kicking the ball out of bounds anytime they can. We've got a couple of subs coming onto the field here for the Crusaders. Exiting are Addie Smits and Ellie Perry. Coming on, I would think, based on subs last time, would have been Linnea Lencher. It's hard to see the numbers. They're kind of facing away from me.
Alana and Linnea?
Yep. Alana and Linnea is correct. Alana Vree and Linnea Lencher. Here's a ball played into the box by Charlotte Butine. Lauren Rice was unable to track it down. Yes, I agree.
That was a good left-footed shot, and again, I don't. Maybe she is a lefty, but
well played by the left.
This group of freshmen could stay healthy, they stay together. Like, opportunity to be special.
I think you're right. especially with that sophomore class just ahead of them. Quite a few starters in that sophomore class already at this time. You could think in a year or two they could really have a team to reckon with.
They took their lumps last year, though, because they were a younger team, right?
You're
Younger
right.
team and short on numbers.
And short on numbers. Yeah, one of the jokes was all in all the time was their motto, and that's because every player was on the field all the time. They were all in all the time.
But you got to give them credit for bouncing back and staying with it, and
absolutely not giving up, right?
Right, exactly.
Tried to reassure the gentleman from Lomira before the game, that can relate. We were there last year.
Right.
Here's Kate Westra taking up her position right in the goalie's line of sight. Oh, the ball's played wide,
nice.
And it's a goal. And I believe it looks like Kate Westra is the one who scored it. It looks like Kate is getting the congratulations from her teammates. Yes, Kate Westra coming up from her sweeper position, the furthest back defender, tallying a goal here in the 58th minute. Congratulations to Kate Westra.
That was, again, nice work by the Lady Crusaders.
Absolutely.
The ball was well moved inside. Again, was it the 14? Is that what they were in? The boxes?
The 18.
The 18.
Yep, played inside the 18, correct. It almost looked like Piper was going to have a chance to collect the ball there, but her two center backs
said no dice.
Yep, Abby Tenaple and Kate Westra said, no, Piper, you're not touching the ball tonight.
Keep those gloves clean.
Really nice wide ball there played by Lauren Rice. And Laram was able to keep the ball in bounds, but then the Lions just kicked it out. Here is Piper Science literally at half field, sharing a moment with the goal scorer, Kate Westra. We have a few more subs coming onto the field. I believe I see Shelby Snow, Amateur Beast.
She keeps getting closer and closer and closer.
She is literally beyond half field now. Look at that. She has crossed over the half field mark.
There is no rule about that.
There really
is
is not a rule, no.
Okay.
She's allowed to go wherever she wants, but as we said in the first half, she can't use her hands outside of her box.
Because there is a rule in hockey that the goalie cannot cross the blue line.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, if they do, it is considered a delay of the game.
Okay, I learned something new tonight. So I think one more player came on that I did not mention, and I do apologize for whose ever daughter that is. I'm trying to figure out who I'm missing. I know I mentioned Linnea and Vree, Shelby Snow, Amateur Beast.
Who's
6
number
is Bryn
13?
Billy. That's
Bryn,
who it
there
is.
you go.
Bryn
Okay.
Billy is the one who came on.
What's up with the generator light?
We had an unfortunate incident where one of the light standards came off in a windstorm, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Bracket failure, we'll call it.
So our crack custodial staff has been working on that. I believe they brought it in to get repaired.
Well, we have had some massive windstorms around here the last month or so.
So kind of a classy move here by Coach. He's kept his senior on the field with all kinds of freshmen. So Kaylee Perry getting a lot of run tonight in her senior night. Nice way to honor her for the work she's put in her 4 years of soccer.
And I don't know if Coach Hormson here is still here or not, the track coach. I'm sure he's hoping she scores soon, so she'll go ahead and come out, save her legs a little bit for the track meet.
You're right. Here's Kate Westra coming up to take that corner kick because Charlotte Butine has gone to the bench. I would not be surprised if those ladies are done for the night with a 3-0 lead and 19 minutes left. We'll see what Coach Steves has in mind. But as we mentioned earlier, he did want to get some run with it for his younger players, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Kate
And I believe they were expectant.
Okay, good. Kate Westra with another opportunity at a corner kick from the left-hand side. They're making their runs.
Great shot there by Reagan.
Alana Vree with a chance there, but the defender got to it first and was able to kick it out of the danger zone. So here we go back into the offensive third. It's way out on the side though. Bryn Billy making the play. Bella Skalma out there now. Throws it in. Played back to Shelby Snow, who directs it towards the goal, but the goalie is right there to pick it up for a punt.
I'm going to just keep emphasizing this about I'm very impressed with what she has done. To be a freshman, to be told that you're playing goalie. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely should give her credit. We talked at the beginning of the game, kind of the offensive firepower that the Crusaders have shown in some games this year.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's only had 3 go past her so far into the 62nd minute of the match.
Very good performance from her.
So who's our new sub here? Someone get a name here. Kaylin Mulder is correct, and she is taking the place of Lauren Rice. So Lauren exits, and Kaylin Mulder up front for the Crusaders. Played into Linnea Lencher. And we have Bella Skalma making the end line run. And we have a goal kick. I was thinking maybe that was a corner kick, but apparently the official had a better view than I did. Oh, no, it is a corner kick because you can see Kate Westra making her run up to make from the sweeper position. She's had more running doing that than playing defense tonight, hasn't she?
That's exactly what I was thinking. What happens in a big game when constantly pressure back down on this side and she has to go back and forth?
Right. Of course, in those moments, Charlotte would still probably be on the field. But here's a nice opportunity, and she plays it just to the near side of the net, out of bounds for a goal kick.
I think Reagan has gotten in more steps than Piper has tonight.
More touches of the ball, too.
Piper remains right at half field, talking to her defenders, Abigail Tenaple, Kate Westra, who've done a fantastic job tonight. They haven't had a lot of action, of course, but just directing traffic out there with all the youth that Coach Steves is playing. And as I just mentioned, her Tenaple takes a seat right now.
Taylor Fix
has come on. And Shelby Snow is matriculating to the back to pick up that position, normally played by Abigail. I'm sure Kate will give her a lot of direction on what to do back there. Here's Kate collecting a ball just outside of the circle, playing it forward.
So after watching a lot of this play that you've been watching here, Coach, are you happy with the fundamentals that you've seen so far out of the Lady Crusaders? What would you like to see a little bit perform a little bit better? What are you really happy with so far?
Sure, I think they've done a good job of being patient. You've seen them drop the ball back, just make a drop pass, and then play it to the far wide side of the field, which is normally less defended. So they've done a good job of that. But yeah, just to be more willing to take what the defense gives you. You don't always have to go towards the goal. Sometimes it's good just to possess the ball.
I've been watching the spacing. I think the spacing has been pretty good until right about now. It gets a little congested inside. Everybody wants that ball
absolutely
to try and drill it in the back of the net. But from what I have watched, again, for the most part, I've been impressed with the fundamentals that I've seen from this young team.
Yeah, it's one of the things that Coach Steves really emphasizes. I've been his assistant here at the on the boys program for a few years, and he is all about positioning. And he's really a great X's and O's coach, as we call it.
Maddie Oman back in the game as well.
Good to see Maddie back in. So Coach does a film study with the ladies, shows them where he would like them to be, calls them out for good plays, and then encourages them to make a better play when there is a mistake that happens. Again, we'd love to see this youth movement get a goal here. Oh, almost a chance there. Oh, it was a chance. I believe that was Kaylin Mulder who sent it into the goalie's hands.
Great job down there by Reagan to give us that shot. Want to take this opportunity here. I haven't done a lot of this. I've been enamored. I'll just have to tell you that about listening to Coach talk about the game and listening to the Dr. Cameron Hatcher sharing his insights as well with the athletics and preparing the athletes here. So I haven't done enough shouting out here, but you're down to, we're at 15 minutes left here in the contest. Now's the time to get some stuff put into that YouTube chat. And I don't care if you're a Lions fan or I don't care if you are a Crusaders fan. But we only have one more soccer game on the docket, and that's going to be at WLA. So we need you to get your stuff in there. Create these memories for kids. You've heard my ad run several times. We talk about creating memories, wanting to make sure that people get an opportunity to see this. These ladies are going to go back and watch this in 5 years. I can guarantee you that they will, and it's not going to matter whether they're a Lions fan or whether they are a Crusaders. They're going to still go watch because they like to. It's human nature. You want to see yourself out there and how well you've performed. And they want to know who was there watching and cheering with them. So I know there's 20 computers that are logged in there. So put that stuff in the chat. Let us know. And if you don't know how to put it in the chat, send me an email. You saw my email address, and I'll make sure that I figure out a way to call it out. But, again, I want to make sure that they know that you guys care as well. That's why you're sitting here watching this right now. So, again, please follow through with that and let the girls know that you've appreciated the work and the effort that they put out there on the field today.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Jeff, I'm here tonight to help you out and also to honor my brother Ray.
Yes.
I know I put it in the rather large Hoffman family group chat that I'd be up here tonight. So
awesome.
Any of Alana's aunts and uncles who might be logged in, give her a shout out on the chat there. Or as Jeff said, anybody who's watching, give us a shout out who you're watching for and what made you tune in tonight.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Beautiful night to be at the game.
It is. You know,
but sometimes you just have to be at home and watching on the computer.
Well, and I cannot tell you again, and I know that I'm sidelining here a little bit with what's happening here in the contest, but I can't tell you how many emails and how many messages we receive that says I'm watching from Texas or I'm watching from here. I can't get out. I don't have the ability to leave the house anymore, and I just live a couple of communities over. But thank you so much for the opportunity for me to get to see my niece, my nephew, grandchild, neighbor, whatever, play. And again, that's why we do that. And they want to know that you're there watching them. So let them know.
Yeah.
My wife and kids tune in from right down the street.
There you go.
Yeah, and they're always putting comments in there and letting us know and can't hear you or whatever it happens to be, right? And we need that stuff too. So if you got some suggestions on how we can do better, we're all up for that as well.
Absolutely. And Jeff is the last person going to be here tooting his own horn. Oh, there's a shot saved by the keeper. But Jeff, you've done a fantastic job of getting this all organized. I've watched some of your stuff for volleyball, I've watched for basketball, I've watched for baseball, and just thank you for the time you've put into it, for the equipment that you've been able to procure, and again, thanks to our sponsors, right?
Oh, absolutely. This doesn't happen without our sponsors at all. I don't take a pay for this. I love this. This is my passion. Everybody has a passion, and my passion was teaching and working with kids. This is how I get to work with kids, and I just absolutely love to create these memories, and I just know how important they are. I know how important they were to my mom and dad when they didn't get a chance to see me compete, and then when they had a chance to see grandkids. So, yeah, I just love it. So thank you for acknowledging that. I really do appreciate it. And I know that we're not perfect, and I know that we've got a lot of room for growth, but again, thank you for our sponsors. Coach, you got 10 minutes here to bring us home right here.
Okay, so we just saw Kate Wester go to the bench, some well-deserved rest after playing, I think, the first 68 minutes. Abigail Tenaple took her position in the back there, so she'll be the one directing traffic from the back and probably, as I said, being the coach on the field for Shelby Snow, joining her in the back line. We're playing it into the middle of the field here. Here's a chance for Alana Vree. And Kaylin. Just wide. Again, we'll have a goal kick for the Lions. Their defense has been equal to the task tonight. I don't think anyone would deny that. And she just kicks it out of bounds, but even that just gives them a little bit of relief. 10, 15 seconds of not having to play defense as Shelby comes forward to take this throw in.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how impressed again, and I'm not taking anything away from the Crusaders because I think they've done a fantastic job as well. And
there it is.
Good job.
Okay, so did I see that right? Was that 15?
Let's see if I got it on the instant replay. It's a little bit too small for me to see it.
15 would have been Madeline Ullman. I think it was Maddie Ullman, but I'm not 100% sure.
I didn't quite see it either.
Okay.
Time to start thinking about also, I mean, obviously we've got to have start talking about doing some interviews here. Who we want to have a conversation with.
Right. Well, we're obviously going to talk to Kaylee Perry as the team's only senior.
Yep.
It might be interesting to get a perspective from the player who's been on the field the entire time but never touched the ball.
Yeah. I agree.
Just see what Piper has to say.
And I think since you're here, we have to talk to Alana.
Oh, sure.
And you have to do the interviews.
Speaking of Alana, she just had it denied there by the defender, but it's picked up by her teammate Linnea Lencher.
I don't know who that number 5 is, but from Lomira, but I've been impressed with the way she's played almost this entire game. She's denied almost all attacks coming from this side and even on the far side of the field when she was over on the other side.
She really has. Taylor Fix plays it into Lencher. Kaylee Perry, the only upperclassman still on the field, but as we've mentioned, very few upperclassmen on the roster. And with it being senior night, it's nice to see Kaylee getting some more run.
Absolutely.
Even in a 4-0 matchup. One thing you can say about Coach Steves, he's very classy as a coach.
Yeah.
He's not going to run the score up and really
Absolutely
embarrass another coach like that. He would not do that.
Well, like I said before, as part of the pregame, about how impressed I am being around all of you gentlemen. It's just been such a blessing in my life for me to have this opportunity just over the past 2 years.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you, Jeff, coming from, an administrative role and being a paraprofessional for us. You've done a great job in that role. Here's the Crusaders in front of the net, but the Lions are able to direct it out of bounds. And it's going to be a corner kick with neither Charlotte nor Kate on the field. Who's going to take it?
That'll be interesting. Okay, so Matt, I also need to see if you can flag somebody down here to get us down so that we can get down on the floor to get an interview. So I don't know if there's somebody.
If I can, I don't know if Mr. Woleen would still be here or not. Probably is Bella. Yes, Bella Skalma with the corner kick. And she played a nice ball in there, but the Lions were able to kick that one out of bounds. I will quick send a text message here to see if we can get someone to get us down.
Just so we can be on the. I hate to. We missed yesterday.
He did get us up a little bit higher than when I climbed up.
I still think you could probably do a double flip and make it down, because you are athletic enough. I've seen you do it.
Must have been somebody else.
But we missed the interviews the last time for baseball just because we were sitting here waiting for a doubleheader, and all of a sudden the time runs out, and then they tell us after the game there's no doubleheader. Talking about, I mean, that's frustrating to me because those are some of the things that I live for, is to listen to what the kids have to say, because I love their insight. We have our own, right? We're adults. We get to see it, and you've been coaching forever and officiating forever, so you know the sport. But it's always interesting to see what they have to say.
Okay, we got about 5 minutes of soccer action remaining. The Crusaders continue to control it in their offensive third. Here's Kaylee Perry playing it back out to Bryn Billy. And here it's coming in towards the box. Kind of misplayed there by the Lions. Kaylin Mulder putting a push on, but the Lions are able to direct it out for a throw-in.
How does this have any impact whatsoever when it comes to seeding at the regionals? Do they look at what the score is against other opponents?
They do, but there's so many teams there that you're not going to spend a lot of time focusing on whether a victory is by 4 goals or 6 goals. So that's really not going to have a huge impact. But you certainly, the Crusaders here certainly do want to maintain a shutout. They do want to show that they were able to dominate this match.
Sure. We may have to drop the microphone and give it to, or actually the microphone is by Coach Steves. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Reagan may have to do interviews.
That one.
Taylor Fix with a little bit of a chance there. And now Linnea Lencher trying to get it towards the middle of the goal. Oh my goodness, it's bouncing around. And it is just somehow did not find the back of the net there.
Reagan's right down on top of the action. Got Coach here zoomed in as well.
Thank you, Reagan.
Lions able to clear that one out.
They're able to deny another goal-scoring opportunity for the Crusaders. Great job. If there's any Lions fans listening in tonight or any who are going to watch this later, we really want to say how impressed we were with the defense that they put up tonight.
Yeah, your ladies did a fantastic job being short 2 players and being able to keep what we talked about it. We think that's a pretty potent offense that the Lady Crusaders have to hold them to 4 goals now.
Still very impressive. I mean, you add 2 more Lions players out there, that definitely changes things.
I'll tell you one thing was nice to see is 4 different Crusaders get into the scoring column.
Absolutely.
It's great to see the load being shared that way. The more
and it's
players,
all underclassmen, right? Did Lauren score?
Oh, Lauren did get a goal.
Did
yep,
score.
she had the second one, right.
Yep.
But yeah, when you're a much more dangerous team when you can have multiple players who have to be accounted for. Let's see if they can sneak one more past the goalie here in the last couple minutes. Here's a chance by Kaylee Perry coming into the box. A little bit of a collision there. I think it's probably a good no call.
Oh, what speed was shown there? Who is that flying around out there? Is that Taylor Fix?
That is Taylor Fix.
Wow. Awesome.
And Taylor gets another foot on the ball. Comes over to Maddie Ullman. Back to Bella Skolma. Plays it to Bryn Billy there. Here's Kaylin Mulder with a chance inside the box. And it's cleared out once again by the Lions, played up to number 10, who's going one-on-one there. Kaylee Perry's going to collect it just outside the arc. Makes a move into the box. And again, the defense collapses on her. They have just been going to the ball at every opportunity. Linnea Lencher plays it to Kaylee. Kaylin Mulder trying to make something happen. It's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in. We're down to just over 1 minute remaining.
You try to get Kaylee some separation.
Centered right into the heart of the zone. Cleared out of the 18-foot box. And cleared once again by the Lions. Lencher moves it back into the middle of the field. Shot. Oh, what a save there by the goalie for Lomira. A point-blank shot and a great save. Comes all the way back for the Crusaders. Kaylee Perry, the senior, with an opportunity here with 15 seconds remains. Trying to work it inside. She works in, and she's going to score!
Hey, look at that.
Kaylee Perry on senior night puts one in the back of the net. Did a fantastic job of working it in.
Wow, talk about not giving up.
No kidding. That was so impressive.
On that play.
So impressive.
Okay, we're going to have somebody try to get us down off of this lift here.
I'll zoom out a little bit so I don't make everybody.
All right, he's got it started. Now he's going to look at the controls.
That's not a beautiful sight right there. I don't know what is.
That is absolutely
Grab one of
awesome.
those handles and just push it left or right and see what happens. Okay.
That's up.
That's up, so go the other way.
We're going to step aside here. We'll see if we can get down in time to get an interview. We'll be back.
Born from a single retail project, WDS Construction has evolved into a nationwide general contractor and construction management company. But we're so much more than that. Retail is changing, and it's changing fast. No matter where you are, what you do, or how you sell products to your customers. We are with you every step of the way to lay the groundwork for whatever lies ahead. Building trust through results. And our commitment to provide a customer-driven experience without question. With 4 generations at the foundation of WDS, we've built a reliable client base and a passionate team to bring big-time experience, commitment, and satisfaction to your next project. Because we are built to build better.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
Angling only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
The CWC Athletic Booster Club is proud to support this broadcast. The CWC Athletic Booster Club is a not-for-profit organization made up of CWC athlete family members and friends of the school. The club's goals are to support improvements of the CWC athletic facilities and programs, such as the recent investment into the school's new weight room, while also investing in the spiritual and physical growth of its athletes. If you are interested in becoming a member of the Booster Club or making a donation, email crusaderboosters@wc.org. Good luck, Crusaders.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry. Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Welcome back here to Mulder Field here in Central Wisconsin Christian Schools athletic complex here. We're waiting here to see if we can get a couple of girls. Coach Steve is having a conversation with the girls over there, as well as getting ready to pray. Once again, what a fantastic shot that we have right there that Reagan has got with us, that you can see the beautiful, beautiful sunset. The camera enhances it so much nicer. Yes, please grab a headset there as we're continuing here. While we're waiting, Coach, talk to me about how this contest went and how you feel about how things took place.
Yeah, just kind of played out the way I thought it would, except for the fact that I really thought the Crusaders would be able to score easier, just to be blunt.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we gave a lot of credit to the Lions throughout the game. I was just talking to some fans down there, and they thought that the Lions actually were down to 8 players at the end of the match.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't even paying attention that closely to their bench area, but I believe they said there was 1 Lions player in the bench area.
Wow.
So they were down to 7 field players plus a goalie.
That really makes it so much more impressive of what we had an opportunity to see here, especially when you're talking about at the high school level with an opportunity. These girls we know have speed.
Right. And you can, give a credit to them. Also want to say to as far as the Crusaders, they did a great job of controlling the action. They had the ball in their offensive third for the vast majority of the half. They were unselfish with it, willing to play the ball out to the side before sending it back into the middle. And just on the field right now, we got some of the younger students at CWC doing some racing. One more shout out to my brother Ray Hoffman, known for his speed on the cross country courses and in track and field. Kids love to run, and Ray was a great runner and a great athlete, and loved supporting CWC in athletics, of watching his nephews and nieces play. He loved to support CWC with the new Build Moto program, where they build the motorcycles and race them. Ray was really instrumental in that first motorcycle that was raced by his nephew, actually, Levi Vandergalen,
Yeah.
one of his nephews from his wife's side. So just another shout out to Ray for what he did for CWC, how he remained involved in the community, and his great love for our school here. And again, just how he would do anything to help out and was willing to share his expertise, share his time, share his knowledge. And it's all about the kids.
Absolutely. This does not take place. I'll tell you that right now. It doesn't take place without Ray Hoffman. The second, or this is the third time I think we broadcast a soccer game here, and it doesn't happen without the SkyTrack here in that opportunity. So, and we know that we can do this moving forward because of his generosity, willingness to give time, willingness to figure out how we can do this for the kids. That's how much it meant to him. And as you have mentioned, again, I did not have the great pleasure to know him all that long, but I could tell the love, not only that he had for this school, but that he had for the Lord. Because the conversations that I was able to have with him while we were doing the setup, and I knew that he was battling with, because I had heard about it at church and at school, and he was able to handle it so well, just because he knew that the fight was going to end where it was going to end.
That's right. The grace and the courage that he showed through that battle with cancer. Well, I think we're ready for our interview with the ladies here.
Let's go ahead and we'll jump in down, and we'll kick it down here to the Dr. Cameron Hatcher. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, Cameron Hatcher here. Lauren Rice, great game, another win, another goal. Tell me about Kaylee Perry.
I think Kaylee Perry is a big part of our team. Being the only senior, she's such a big... Look up in the way that they want.
Really great to see.
A little bit too hot right now. Hold up a second there,
end.
Cameron.
And we were definitely pretty excited too. Shutting the lights off on us, man. All right. I know Lomira was playing 2 girls short. Still, I feel like an impressive game for them to be able to hang around to 4. What do you think about that? Like, handle that being 2 players down?
Cannot hear.
They're walking
Kaylee?
towards this way. Here they come.
Yes.
Senior night, a big night, a win, a goal. Give us your thoughts.
It was just awesome. I love playing together with all these girls. They're always so supportive of me, and they're just a great team to be a part of.
What's give advice to the young soccer players out there that might be listening or go back and watch at some point. Give them a piece of advice.
I'd say that each member of the team is equally important. So always do your best and try your hardest, and just be a good teammate. And yeah.
Sound advice. Well, we're excited to see the rest of the season. Hold it just right.
There you go.
Best of luck rest of the season. We're excited to keep watching, keep winning.
Thank you.
We're going to see if we can get Coach Steves here. If you guys can keep coming, just Coach Steves going to try and have a conversation with you, do you think? Ask him, Reagan.
great opportunity there to hear from our upperclassmen on the team, Kaylee Perry and Lauren Rice.
Thank you.
Those ladies did a great job tonight. And again, we want to congratulate Kaylee Perry not only for 4 years of soccer, but for having the stick-to-itiveness to get that goal in the last seconds of the game. I'm sure it will be a highlight that she'll remember for the rest of her life.
Yeah, and again, I'm sorry that we ended up cutting off Lauren there. Sometimes there's so much interference that's taking place here and without the direct sight, and sometimes the microphone just isn't quite as clear. But you could hear a nice job there by Kaylee, and we'll see if we can get a good interview here from Coach Steves. I'm going to see if I can rearrange this quickly without causing too much interference here. So
Perry's having a little family moment there in the middle of the field with Kaylee and her sister Ellie on the team, and I know their twin brothers are ball people for our program. Oh,
Awesome.
Here's the interview with Coach Steves.
Yeah, let's jump on Coach Steves.
Steves, Coach. No, yeah. Coach Steves, another good win.
Yep.
Final thoughts here. Don't want to hold you up.
It was good. Yeah. It was. Yeah. It's always tough to in athletics in general to not play down, I would say, to the opponent. And I think, yeah, it wasn't our best game. Win's a win. Girls can enjoy it. It's good on senior night as well. But yeah, definitely not a 100% stellar performance by any means.
Because I drove this here.
Played well.
Yeah,
There's
we happy to turn the lights
things here and there that they did pretty well. So yeah.
Next should be a good game. Anything we should be looking forward to for that one?
No, just being able to finish. Finish is a big one. They like to pack it in a little more, I believe. So being able to put a couple away.
Sounds good, Coach. Thanks. Jeff.
All right, thanks again to Coach Steves there. Sorry about some of that breaking up. The joys of doing stuff outside with dampness and electronics. But, Coach, give me your final thoughts here on the performance that we got a chance to see here today.
Yeah, what a great night for soccer. The weather was absolutely perfect. Temperature in the probably upper 50s, maybe low 60s. No wind to speak of. We saw a beautiful sunset, and we saw a good game of soccer. As Coach mentioned there, it's very easy to play down to the level of the competition, and his ladies were able to maintain their focus. They were able to keep the ball in the offensive third, keep hammering, and then they were able to score some nice goals. I wouldn't say any of the goals they scored were sloppy, huge mistake goals made by the Lions. Instead, it just showed a lot of perseverance by the Crusaders offense and some really nice shots. I think Lauren Rice's shot specifically, that one into the far side netting, was just an absolutely gorgeous shot. And once again, Kaylee's goal there to end the game.
Yes.
Will it'll just be something for her to carry into her future as she graduates in less than a month here. Getting that goal on senior night in front of the big crowd, including her family here. So I want to thank you, Jeff, for giving me the opportunity to step up here tonight. You just came to me this afternoon and kind of threw it at me, and okay, I guess I'm glad I did it.
Did you have fun?
I did. I did have fun.
You did an amazing job, so thank you again for joining us here. We couldn't have had the broadcast without it because you know the sport, and we were able to kick it to you, and you were able to fill us in. So thank you so much for stepping forward. I know that it doesn't matter the age or whatever your profession is. Anxiety is real when you don't know what you're doing, right?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, but you did a fantastic job. So
and I want to say one more thing before I sign off here for Greg Zonefeld. Greg sent me a text message just a minute ago congratulating me on the job I did. And anybody who has heard Greg broadcast knows that I am not a tenth of the broadcaster that Greg was. So we also want to keep Mr. Z in our thoughts and prayers in his ongoing battle with cancer. So Z, we are pulling for you. We're praying for you. And Mulder Field is a special place. And part of the reason it is a special place, Z, is because of you. So thanks for your text message. And we are going to keep praying for your complete and 100% healing.
As you set us up perfect here, because before we sign off, we always like to pray here. That's part of the things that we do here at Jeff's Livestream. So I'd like to take this opportunity. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this opportunity that you gave us to bring this service forward. Thank you for this gorgeous night and for the beautiful sky that you painted for us. Thank you for Ray. Thank you for everything that he has done for this community in central Wisconsin Christian, and for us to bring this opportunity to bring glory to you. We want to bless or give thanks for making sure that all of our athletes were safe today. And once again, thank you to all of our sponsors and those who continue to believe in the work that we do here at Central Wisconsin Christian and that we try and do here on Jeff's Livestream. Thanks again. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks again, Coach. Thanks to Reagan, and thanks to the Dr. Cameron Hatcher here on Jeff's Livestream. Once again, your score 5-0 for the Central Wisconsin Christian Lady Crusaders beating the Lomira Lions. Take care, and God bless.
Thank you for watching our broadcast. A shout out to our sponsors. This is Jeff Sauer. I hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Until next time, may God bless you today and every day.